Previously, an extra-normal high school student Minoru Kagino, who has a hidden life as a thug slayer and dreams of becoming so powerful to be able to withstand a nuclear attack. Someday he got hit by truck and died instantly. Then he got reincarnated as Sid Kaganu in an alternate world with magic capabilities. Following his past life's dreams, he trains himself and became overpowered in his young age. With his strength, he establishes a shadow organization by mistake, but he is interested in living as a very background character. The annual Bushin Festival tournament garners the attention of participants from all parts of the world. These warriors are eager to prove their might, and fighting in the prestigious competition is just the right thing they need. Meanwhile, Sid sees this as a perfect opportunity to have some fun. He plans to participate in the tournament disguised as a physically inferior fighter, so that people underestimate him only to shock everyone with his incredible fighting prowess. In order to do this, Sid meets Gamma, and after he tells her his plan, she is more than happy to assist him in achieving his goals. She starts by applying a special slime manufactured by her company that can help one achieve anyone's physical appearance. Gamma provides Sid with a few faces to choose from, out of which Mundane Man stands out. He has led a very underwhelming life and passed away without actually doing anything meaningful. Sid likes the loser vibes that he gets from Mundane Man and chooses his face. Gamma with her assistants give him the exact appearance he wanted, following which Sid uses his crippled walk to make it more realistic. However, as he is walking outside in his new appearance, a warrior named Anirose, who summoned an ancient warrior in the Goddess Trail, advises him not to participate in Bushin Festival. When Sid disguised as Mundane Man ignores her advice, a fighter named Quentin asks him to not be so inflexible and listen to the considerate suggestion given to him. But when Man tells Quentin that he is at least stronger than him, the latter gets furious. When he refuses to apologize, Quentin even beats him up. And Anirose is surprised by Mundane Man's resolve as he refuses to give up and asks for his name. Later, Sid bumps into Princess Rose Oriana, who tells him that she is going to meet her father along her arranged fiancé Perv Asshat, and she asks him to always trust in her. Then she left. Later in the tournament, he beats one opponent after another and successfully advances to the later phase of the Bushin Festival to prove that he is stronger than most people think. But now Sid must face Goldie Gilded, the undefeated warrior who is confident of his victory. The next day, Skels suddenly knocks at Sid's door early in the morning with a piece of unexpected news. It turns out that Rose has not only stabbed her fiancé Perv Asshat, but has been missing since the incident, while the authorities are on the lookout for her. Natsumi and Alexia are shocked to hear the unexpected news that Rose has fled to the north of the royal capital. However, the Oriana Kingdom has called it an internal matter and has started its own investigation. Since she is royalty, both of them know that their friend won't be given a death sentence, but nothing can save her now from harsh punishment. Meanwhile, a mysterious woman that looks just like Alpha from the Shadow Garden notices Elf smell on him. She asks him if he has seen a cute elf girl with the same looks. Apparently, Alpha is her late sister's daughter. Sid tells her he have elf friend but denies knowing someone with these specifications. Then she draws her sword to test Sid's strength. He falls on the ground acting like a weak nobody. Then she apologizes and introduces herself as Beatrix and walks away. Looking at the present situation, people feel that Iris is most likely going to win the tournament again. In the meantime, she is busy meeting King Raphael and Perv Asshat to discuss security arrangements following the attack on the latter. Mundane Man has surely shocked many people at the Bushin Festival so far, but still, the audience continues to feel that he is just lucky. Anirose keeps a close eye on his every move but realizes that his movements are sometimes too swift to follow with the naked eye. This perplexes her, since she has never come across any warrior who has been able to do something so remarkable. When Mundane Man is about to face Goldie Gilded, Quentin joins Anirose to understand his fighting style. As soon as the battle begins, Goldie leaps forwards and tries to use his sword to decapitate Mundane Man. But at the very last second, Anirose notices that he strangely cracked his neck to dodge the life-threatening attack. Goldie is shocked and tries to inquire Man how he managed to survive an attack that only gave him a 1 in a million chance. Since he does not get any reasonable explanation, Goldie finally reveals the full scope of his magical powers. Everyone watching is shell-shocked and feels that this time Man will most likely not going to win. As Goldie leaps forward again for one more devastating attack, Man somehow counterattacks and wins the battle. No one except Annie Rose could figure out what had happened. She tells Quentin that he sneezed at the very last moment, and because of that, his sword was drawn towards Goldie, who ran right into the trap. Quentin ridicules Annie Rose's analysis and walks away, promising to show Man his place. In the next fight, when Man and Quentin face each other, Man planted Quentin in the ground like an onion in the field. Annie Rose has no doubt now that she faces a formidable opponent. She confronts him in the hallways, warning him that he won't be lucky against her. Man shocks her by removing his extremely heavy accessories, which leaves cracks on the ground when they fall. This demonstration is more than enough to let Annie Rose know that Man may be far more skilled than she has anticipated. After winning against Quentin, he secured his place in the main tournament, where he now faces Annie Rose next. The next day, his friend knocks on his door with the plan to catch Rose so that they can win the 1 million Zenny reward. Although he is naturally not interested, Sid flees his apartment when he notices that his sister is coming to meet him. As he walks the streets of the city, he recalls how he was forced to learn piano in his past life. Although he hated it at first, Sid slowly became quite fond of the instrument, and also the fact that people usually left him alone because of his hobby. But when Sid suddenly hears someone playing Moonlight Sonata, he goes to the theater to check if someone has reincarnated like him as well. However, he finds out that Epsilon, like Natsumi, has used the important lessons taught by him really well. Interestingly, Epsilon has managed to become a popular musician and a composer, and she is well known among the nobles. Sid chats with her and knows that Rose is now in the underground tunnels. Meanwhile, Natsumi and Alexia visit the underground tunnels of the royal capital in search of Rose, and they are still unable to figure out her motivation for attacking her fiancé and are eager to find the truth. Meanwhile, being heavily injured and unsure about what to do next, Rose recalls the mistake that put her in the current situation. It turns out that the princess of the Oriana Kingdom tried to meet her father in the royal capital, but when he finally appeared in front of her, she was shocked to see that he seemed extremely sick and not himself at all. She immediately realized that the king is being manipulated and her fiancé, along with other nobles, is running the kingdom in his name. By this time, Rose apparently already knows that Perv Asshat is somehow involved with the cult. Now that they have infiltrated the Oriana Kingdom, she desperately wants to ensure that the same does not happen to other kingdoms. Therefore, without thinking much, she attacks her fiancé but failed to kill him. She had expected to sort out things internally once her father was free from the cult influence. But that is not how things unfolded. After Perv Asshat survived the attack, Rose was hunted relentlessly and condemned by everyone for her actions, forcing her to end up in the underground tunnels of the royal capital. As Rose sits in royal capital's underground tunnel, contemplating the mistakes she has made and the horrible condition she is in, she feels very lonely. That's when she recalls that Sid has told her he will always believe in her. Now that things have turned so ugly, Rose wonders if he will still have faith in her. She dreams that in an ideal world, she would have saved her father and married Sid to live a long, happy life. But now that she is cursed and possessed, her life appears to be slipping away. In this moment of extreme hopelessness, she suddenly hears someone playing Moonlight Sonata somewhere in the tunnel. Naturally, this makes no sense, so Rose gets up to find out what is happening. And when she finally gets closer to the source of the music, she finds out that Shadow is the mysterious pianist. He criticizes Rose a little for her inability to continue fighting and for losing her heart. But the princess of the Oriana Kingdom argues that she obviously did not choose to be in this situation. Shadow offers to give her power on the condition that she continues fighting for her beliefs. Since Rose agrees, he shares his incredible abilities, following which the princess of the Oriana Kingdom feels empowered again. Interestingly, her curse is also healed. Just a moment later, the members of the cult surround her, but Rose is now too powerful and manages to kill them all with just one swing of her sword. As she appears to find her way out of the tunnel, she comes across Natsumi and Alexia, who are quite surprised to see her. When Alexia asks her to explain what is going on, Rose simply refuses, since she does not want her to get involved in her mess. But Alexia is adamant, and refuses to stay quiet and ends up challenging her friend to a fight. Eventually, Rose is forced to defend herself and has to leave Alexia in an unconscious state with Natsumi. And that's the end of the video. Please tell me your opinion and like the video. Take care, and stay tuned for more videos.